Hey now, you're a math star, get your game on, go count. Hey now, you're a math star, get your game on, go add when all that counting is done. We'll be adding sums. Hi math stars, how are you today? Yesterday we did addition, we did add to, right? We had a group and we added more to it. Today we're gonna do takeaway. Is takeaway addition or subtraction? If you said subtraction, you are correct. Nice job. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our lesson. Module 11, lesson 4 for today. I can cross out objects to show how many are taken away and find how many are left. So this is just a way to help our brain organize a subtraction problem, a takeaway problem, by crossing out. Okay, like when we were doing matching, we drew lines to help our brains be organized and match things up. Math is very logical, and we need to have an organized brain. So crossing out objects will help us with that. All right, let's go. Page 281, that's a 2, and then an 8, and then a 1. And look at those deer. Oh, so much fun to go see deer. All right, how can you use the picture to solve a subtraction problem? Well, there's a bunch of deer, right? So I'm going to go ahead and count, because when we have subtraction, we're going to start with our whole group, all of them. So let's count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 deer. And you know, even though it doesn't say to write an equation, I always find it easier if I write the number. I counted them all, 8. And takeaway, am I doing this or am I doing that? Yes, takeaway, we subtract. All right, takeaway, I'm going to use this picture. Here's my story. There were 8 deer grazing in the meadow and 3 deer left. How many are there now? So did you hear that number? What number did I say? 3 left. So 8 take away 3. Now, the way that I'm going to solve it is I'm going to take away, I'm going to cross them out. Cross those 3 out. And then I count how many aren't crossed out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there is my answer. Now, you could have done a different story with a different subtraction equation. That's just the one I chose. All right, let's look. Excuse me. Listen to the subtraction, ding, ding, ding. There's a hint. Subtraction word problem. How can you use objects or drawings to represent and solve the problem? Write the equation to model how to take away from the group. So we're going to draw to represent the problem, and then we're going to write the equation. Lauren has 6 flashlights in her tent. She gives 4 away. How many flashlights does Lauren have now? Well, we are going to draw flashlights in her tent. How many does she have? 6. Sounds like she's really prepared. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 flashlights, right? And she gave 4 away. She gives 4 away. So how many do I have to start with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my first number, 6. And remember, it's a subtraction, so we have to take away. How many does she give away? 4. Let's cross those out just to help us. 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. Take away 4. That's our number. And then what goes in here? Equal sign. How many does she have left? 1, 2. 2 left. That's our answer. Do you see how when we cross off, we just count what's left, and that makes it really easy to do subtraction. All right, that looks like a pine tree. Listen to the subtraction word problem. How can you use objects or drawings to represent and solve the problem? Write the equation to model how to take from a group. 10 pine cones are on a branch. 3 pine cones drop off. How many pine cones are on the branch now? So did you hear what the first number was? 10 pine cones. That's a lot. We have to draw a lot of pine cones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pine cones. What number is our very first number going to be? Started out, there's 10 pine cones, and we're going to take away because it's subtraction. How many did they say to take away? 3 pine cones dropped off. 1, 2, 3. Let's count. So wait, 3. Our next number is 3. Let's count how many we have left on the branch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Now, when I counted, I did a little mark on each one. Do you want to know why? Why do you think that would be helpful? I think it's helpful because then I won't forget to count one of them, right? So 10 take away 3 equals 7. That looks like a nice place to go. Listen to the word problem. You're going to use objects and drawings to represent and solve it. Write the equation to model the problem. 8 bunnies are in a meadow. 6 bunnies leave. How many bunnies are in the meadow now? So we started with 8 bunnies. 8 bunnies. So we're going to do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So what number? I'm not going to write it. I want you to do it. What number do you think would go there? Now, how many left? 6 bunnies hopped away. When I do an X, it doesn't really matter which ones I do, right? But we have to make sure. Did I cross off enough? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I need to cross off how many more? 1 more. So there were 8 to start with. What number goes here? And then do you remember this is a subtraction sign? How many left? How many bunnies hopped away? Write that number here. Now, I need an equal sign. How many bunnies are left? That number goes right here. All right, pause the video while you do this. All right, think of a group of animals and some animals leaving. Tell a subtraction word problem about taking from a group using numbers within 10. Use drawings to represent and solve the problem. Write the equation to model it. So here's one kind of like in yesterday's problem. I'm not going to give you the numbers. I'm not going to tell you how many are there and how many left. You have to come up with it yourself. All right. And then you have to write the equation. Don't forget, it has to be a subtraction equation. All right. So pause this while you do that. All right. I'm going to give you an example of one that maybe I am going to do. Okay. I know they look like bees. We're going to pretend like they're birds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 birds. There were 7 birds in the sky. 7 birds. And how many left? Well, you can make that up yourself. How many flew away? And then how many are left? That's one example. You can do your own story though. All right, listen to the subtraction word problem. Use objects or drawings to represent and solve the problem. Write the equation to model the problem. 7 rocks, ding, 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 ding. Did you hear a number? 7 rocks are at the top of the trail. 5 roll down the hill. How many rocks are still at the top? Well, look, they already drew it for us. We don't even have to draw. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rocks were at the top of the hill. What's our first number? Ding, ding, ding. 7. Are we adding or taking away? 5 rolled down the hill. How many are at the top of the hill now? Can you write that equation? Pause this while you do that. All right, here's a trailer. 6 chairs are outside of the camper. 2 chairs are taken inside. How many chairs are outside the camper now? So let's look at that. We're going to draw a picture of chairs, or camp chairs. 6 chairs are outside the camper. 6 chairs. All right, 6 chairs are outside the camper. What's your first number going to be? And we're going to take away because we're doing subtraction. 2 chairs are taken inside. Let's cross out. Oops, I'm going to cross out. These 2 were taken inside. What should our next problem be? Our next number be? We had 6 to start. We took away 2. How many are outside now? And you can count those. All right, and you can pause this while you do that. All right, here's an on your own. So I'm not going to draw the picture or write the equation, just listen. Okay, listen to the subtraction problem. How can you use objects or drawings to represent and solve the equation? Then write the equation to model how to take away from a group. 9 children are hiking on a nature trail. Did you hear that number? 9 children are hiking on a nature trail. 9. 2 children leave. How many children are still hiking? Okay, so go ahead and draw a picture to represent 9 children are there and 2 leave. And then write the equation. You can pause this while you're doing that. Here's another on your own. Tell a subtraction word problem about taking from a group using numbers within 10. Okay, so you're going to come up with your own story. Use drawings to represent and solve the problem, and then use the equation to model it. So just like in yesterday's addition problem, you want to make sure that your picture is the same as your equation. So if I had, 5 donuts and I ate 2 of them, I would have 5 donuts. I would have a picture of 5 donuts and 2 of them would be crossed off, right? And then I would have 3 left. And then my equation has to model that. So come up with a story, draw pictures to represent it, write the equation, and then tell your homeschool teacher the story and make sure all 3 of those things match up. All right. Awesome job today, Math Stars. I will see you tomorrow.